Hi everyone, and welcome back to Classy Crafts. I am going to be kind of reacting, sort of just kind of talking, chit-chatting, while in the background my video of a time-lapse of me setting up my booth starts up. So let's get started. So it's about 5 in the morning at this point. I have my van, which I got last year in March. It has come in so handy with markets. This wagon that I just pulled out is linked in my the description. It is really good for markets that are on concrete. I don't really suggest using it on like heavily grassed areas because the wheels are kind of small. But the good thing about it is that it's also a dolly, so it folds up to flat, but it also folds up one more time to be a dolly. So that could be good if you're doing it for just tables or if you're going far away. For here, I don't really have to go far away because like I'm right beside where I'm setting up. So I just kind of use it as a stand here, but it is really good for markets that are, you know, on concrete or gravel and stuff like that. So it's a little bit closer to the time we open. The sun's kind of come up. I am setting my tent up, and let me know if you want a tutorial on how to set your tent up by yourself. I've gotten really good at it over the years, and I do enjoy showing people how to set their tent up by themselves because it is a daunting thing when you're first starting out. My tent is real heavy metal, so it's really good for those markets that are kind of windy but not enough windy, because like this thing's not going anywhere even if you don't have weights. But the tent I have came with all the sidings with one door and 4 bags for your weights, and it was a pretty good price. I think it was like $150 for the whole thing, and it's lasted me almost 2 years now that I've had it. And it's linked in the description as well. I cannot talk about this tent enough. I really love it. It can go higher than this. It's heavy duty, so the weights I have are not the weights that came with it. I made these before I got this tent. These are the smaller Lowe's buckets. The smaller Lowe's buckets that they have, and I filled them with concrete and little eye hooks and put string around them. So they're a lot easier to, they give me a peace of mind that no matter what, it's not going nowhere. I'm setting my tables up here. This is always the hardest part for me. I always set my tent up differently. I try not to, but sometimes I'm like, ooh, I should try something different. I'm like, no, let's not. But see, the dolly, I put all 3 of those things on there, and I probably could put another one on there if I needed to. It's super I think the weight limit's like 350, so like you could put a lot on there. I also have a rigid that I keep stuff in, mostly just like all the stuff I need to set up the booth. I used to put some of my animals in it. Before, I used to put all of my animals in it, but I had more animals than I needed, had more storage, so I had to get the bins. But the ridge is really good. My husband got that for me, and it was Home Depot has them, and they're really good. They're really handy, especially if you like do smaller jewelry stuff. The tablecloths I got from Amazon, they have lasted me a very long time, they're machine washable, which I really like, and they're pretty good. I thoroughly enjoy them. I can link those as well down below. The shelving thing that I'm building right now is one of my favorite things I have purchased on Amazon. I've posted about it before on my personal page. I love this thing because it is so easy to make any type of shape you want. It's supposed to be a cubby, so it's supposed to have the back on it. And for some events, I do put the backs on it just so it doesn't fall out or anything like that. But for this one, I won't put the backs on it because I'm beside a friend, so I know who it's gonna be. But I do 5 across and 4 up with a section around the back of it as well on the top. And you'll see at the end what I'm talking about. I usually put all of my animals on, like my bigger animals, on this one. And it's really handy, and it's super secure. I don't ever have to worry about it like falling down or getting knocked over by the wind because it's got holes in it, so it's not going to get caught with the wind. My animals sometimes do fall from the wind, but that's, you know, what can you do? But it's super sturdy, and I've had it for 3 years now, if not more. I'd have to go back and look, but I'm fairly certain it's over 3 years now. This will probably be the 4th year I've had it. I went and bought another set of it so I can make it bigger and also have the backs if I wanted to, but I also can use them to hang stuff up on. So I bought 2 packs of them, but 1 pack was enough for me for a very long time. The newer pack came and it just kind of added to what I could do with it. And I thoroughly enjoy it. And like I said, none of them, I've had 1 broken wire square, and then one of the things had like clipped off, but that wasn't because it was being wear and tear. It was because I wasn't taking care of them. They got under something and stepped on, but it's pretty good. The next thing, so this is the keychain board, and it is great for keeping more stuff on your table, like having more room on your table. However, I've noticed this year that I've sold less keychains than I have in previous years, and I think it's because if you see where I'm standing right now, I have to reach over to get them on the board. And for a lot of little kids or people that are just, you know, don't have a lot of long arms or don't have long arms, they can't really reach them. So they're like, oh, I want that one. And then they ask me to come get it, which is fine. I have no problem doing that. But it kind of slows everything down. So I'm thinking about taking and making that into like a frame like I used to have, and have it to where it sits a little closer to the edge of the table maybe, or do something like that, because I want my keychains to sell better than they have this year. Because usually I go through them a lot, and this year I really haven't. And I know they sell because at my commission stores I sell at, they're selling great. The next thing beside that is a wire rack that I bought from Walmart on a whim for like 13 bucks. It was on sale. I'd never seen one before, and I thought it was much bigger. I'm very happy that it wasn't. It's perfect for all of my little animals. I call my tiny creatures. And I put them all on there. I have a sign that goes on it, and I absolutely love it. If I could find it on Amazon or Walmart, I will post the link, but I'm not optimistic I will be able to. The next thing beside that is a mannequin that I got from my sister from her previous job. It's really hard to find mannequins for cheap, especially when you're first starting out with your business and you're like, I need a mannequin. It's really hard. I lucked out very well, because the place that she was working at was getting rid of the old ones and coming in with new ones, and they're like, we're gonna throw them away. And she's like, can I take 4 of them? So I got 4 of them, and I gave one to a friend, and I used one of them until it basically fell apart. And then the other 2 I have still, one's in storage and one's right there. And I put my top on that, and I usually cover up the bottom part with a sign, just, you know, for modesty. And the thing in front of that is a thing I bought on a whim at Target. That's one thing I want to do this year, is make a video about going to Target, Walmart, thrift stores to find your displays. A lot of the stuff I started out with was from clearance items at like Goodwill and stuff like that I put stuff on. I used a shoe rack one time for scarves that I hung up from my tent. It was $3 and it lasted for so long until I just stopped making what it was. So here you see that my panel is up. It started raining, and if you know anything about crochet and rain don't mix. And me and rain don't mix, because last year I had a really bad market where the bottom fell out and we were on the water edge. So all the wind was even worse. So the moment I hear a sprinkle or feel a sprinkle, my walls go up, whether it's 1 or all 4, and I can put them up very fast. The good thing about this tent is that the top of the panels Velcro to the inside of the tent. So the water is going to come out. It's not going to go in, which is great for me. And it zips up on the outside too. So everything inside, if you've got all your panels up, it's not going anywhere. Like I said, I could not stop talking about this tent. I could make an hour-long video about how much I love this tent. This is my husband here. He's helping. We are doing the mystery boxes right now. Normally, when I first started doing the mystery boxes, I would do these at home and then put them up. I've realized that I don't like doing that as much because I want to know what I have out before I put them in my mystery boxes, so I know what's going out as well as I want to know, like, I don't want kids to get duplicates, so I try my best to not have duplicates right there at that time. Now, throughout the day, if I run out and I have to restock them, I'm not going to go through every one of them and see what I have. I'm just going to pull what I know I'm going to pull and put them in there. But the mystery boxes I also got from Amazon, and if you want to, there's a link down below you can use for that as well. So here we are about to start setting up my earrings, scrunchies, and all of that. I do embroidered floss earrings, and I'm gonna be honest, this past year, I neglected my earrings heavily. The first of last year, I hit it on the ground going really fast with all my earrings, and after I sold a bunch of them, I sold a few more. I never restocked them. And it showed on my end of the year sales. I didn't do well on them, but I plan to do more this year, and I plan to really focus on them. They're just really hard to do when you have sausage fingers sometimes. So, but yeah, earring tutorial maybe. I really do enjoy making them. So here I'm putting up my big animals on my wire rack. As you can see, it is 3 layers long or 3 layers tall. And the back one is not cubed, it's just the back part of it is done. And I like to change this up ever so often. The only thing that stays the same are my less expensive items are going to be in the front left, as well as like the ones that people really see all the time and come into are going to be more to the left, like at the front of my booth. But my pins will go on the board, on that table in the front. I don't make the pins and I don't make the croc charms. However, I use those as extra oomph on my booth because everything else I make, and if I sell out of stuff, it takes me to make them. I can't just reorder them. So the pins and the croc charms just have me something on my booth so that if for some reason I sell out one market and then I have another one the next day, I have something there. This market was a lot of fun. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you would, give it a big thumbs up down below, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that big red button to subscribe so you never miss a video from me. There will be plenty more of these if you want them, as well as some crochet tutorials and other fun videos this year. So happy new year, and thanks for watching.